International Labor Day is observed on May 1st. It is the day in which workers around the globe are given appreciation. Yet the situation in Yemen is different since the war began. Yemeni workers have been without paid salaries for 6 years now. Some of them have been sacked, others had to do new jobs in order to make a living. This report has more details.
For the 8th year in a row, the world celebrates International Labor Day in an atmosphere of prosperity, while employees in Yemen are deprived of their most basic rights. This made millions of Yemeni families pay the price of war, which negatively affected the lives of workers and their families by stopping the payment of salaries for several years for workers in government institutions. Millions of workers as well were laid off from the private sector, and the companies that were forced to close their doors due to the ongoing war in the country. Several protests and endless demands were voiced to pay the salaries of the employees and to demand the neutralization of the file, which has become a card in the hands of the Houthi rebels and the government. Workers in Yemen haven't had a holiday for 8 years in light of an unprecedented high prices and a collapse of the national currency and a weak purchasing power. In addition, the interruption of salaries represents another burden that haunts millions of Yemenis in the liberated areas, as well as the areas under the control of the militia. Many academics and employees are lining up, looking for work, in order to find what helps them to provide the simplest needs to feed their children and families. They are suffering after the militia replaced them with members and people loyal to it in the areas under its control, without regard to what will happen to the conditions of public universities and education. Everyone is hoping to stop the war and return back to the year 2011, before the catastrophe that plunged Yemen and Yemenis into a dark tunnel. Currently, the employees and workers are dreaming only with what will provide them and their families with life sustenance. Their dreams in the Labor Day remain that their salaries will be paid and that they will find their basic needs for the life.